Hello everybody, this is The Last Raider, and we are back with another video. And today I just want to talk about how soft Hollywood has become. This is for the new Netflix series that's coming out called Sandman. There's been some controversy going around over it. They have race swapped one of the more favored characters, which I am building up some screenshots to do that one real quick, because there's a lot of things being said by the original producer. He's kind of gone the J.K. Rowling route, where he's like, oh well, you know, this never actually was true or nothing, and there's evidence against it. There's evidence to prove that he's really a moron allowing this to go over. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, because I saw this on Nerdrotic and I was like, no fucking way. And it was true. They did do this. Now, this is the cast announcement from, let me see, CNET. This is where I'm getting this from. This is just where I've seen it. I think Nerdrotic had it on a different site. But in here, it's got all of the people who are playing the characters in the Sandman series and their pronouns. This is hilarious. I swear to God, if I ever get cast for a movie, my pronouns are going to be the Duke or Biggest Dickus. Because damn, this is just, oh, this is so soft. We are so afraid of insulting people that we are deliberately neutering our movies and cutting and race swapping characters and reducing the quality of the shows, the entertainment, to appease 12 psychos on Twitter who are never going to watch the movie, have probably never picked up the comic book. I believe this is a comic book is what they're doing this after. And Netflix grabs this. It's every single actor and actress on here. But you can see, I mean, look at your screen right here as I scroll through this. She, her, they, them. What is it? More than one? Madison Alexander Park has multiple personalities, apparently. She, her, she, her, she, her, she, her, he, him. She, her, he, him, he, him. She, her, she, her. I don't understand the whole point of this pronouns bullshit. It is literally bullshit. Mr. and Mrs. are perfectly fine. That's an acceptable form of respect. If the person corrects you, let them correct you. Take it in grace and go on. Okay? But if you're going to sit here and say, well, I've got to put my pronouns out here so that you know what I believe that I am. No, that doesn't compute. I can say I'm Superman all I want. If I jump off a building, I'm going to go splat. Okay? That's how this works. All right? It's not reality. But this is how terrified Hollywood is of the woke crowd, and why it's also the reason why I've said before, they just keep getting their ass kicked by manga. Like independent artists, there was a picture that came up, a meme, and it had All Might. I think it was from the My Hero Academia movie where All Might and I forgot his name now. Fuck, I hate it when that happens. Anyway, All Might and Deku, that was his name. All Might and Deku are running side by side. And it's got All Might in front and Deku in the back. And as they're running, it's got manga as All Might and Deku as indie creators. And I'm like, that's the thing right now. Indie creators are trying to get manga success. They're not trying to get Hollywood success anymore. There's no such thing as Hollywood success. It's dead. Hollywood success no longer exists. Corporate success no longer exists. They've sold out to the woke mob. And because they've done this, they've neutered their every franchise that's coming out. They're wokeifying it. The franchise that's not wokeifying, and I need to do a video on, is, I think it's Lois and Superman or Superman and Lois. And it's surprisingly good. My wife has been sitting there going, she goes, why couldn't they have made Supergirl like this? I mean, honestly, why couldn't they have made... And actually, this is the thing. I'm kind of half and half, because I know at some point in time, Supergirl is gonna make an appearance in the show, and I halfway want to see it, and I halfway don't. On the one hand, I don't want to see Supergirl show up in Superman and Lois, because I don't want the feminist bullshit to come back. On the other hand, this show seems to be writing characters a lot more closer to the classic comic book version, and we may actually get a good Supergirl for once. They may actually do the character justice, but we'll see that later. Like I said, it's the one show on CW that's not going woke, and they're making money on it. I guarantee you. I've not heard anyone talk about how the rating... I don't see the ratings bombing or anything else. I've been looking for them, but I haven't been able to find them yet. I'd be willing to bet the ratings are going up considerably, because every time we've watched the show... I mean, last night we couldn't watch the one where they captured John Henry Irons because a storm come through and knocked it out, and my wife was pissed. This is the first time she's been pissed over not being able to see a CW show in about 4 years. After all the Supergirl, after seeing the first episode of Batwoman, she was like, "No, I'm not interested in this shit. I'm not interested in this shit at all." But this here is just another symptom. Hollywood's going for a crutch. That's what they want. They've lost the edge. They've lost the juice. They've lost the thirst for success. When you're thirsty for that high, I kind of put success in entertainment as a skateboarder or an extreme sports guy, someone who jumps out of a plane and puts on the wingsuit and just wingsuits through in between mountain ranges. He's just one mistake from death, but the dude's loving it every time. They have a thirst for adventure, and that thirst for adventure, the success of that comes in the form of where they go, all these crazy things that they do. Hollywood doesn't have that thirst anymore. They're old, they're tired, and they can't keep up anymore. And so what do? They take the easy route. They're not going to run up the steps. Right now, indie comics, indie creators, independent creators, a lot of them conservative, mind you, are willing to take the stairs to get to success. And Hollywood is just sitting there on the elevator going up nice and slowly, while indie creators are just bounding up the staircase as fast. Yeah, they'll be tired when they get to the top, but they'll be there first. It's going to be a first come, first serve at the top. And if they get up there before Hollywood does, hey, guess what? They breathe the rarefied air that Hollywood doesn't get to breathe at that point. They get to stay at the top. And that's the problem. Hollywood's so old, they're like, I'm going to take the elevator. I'm having trouble standing. The elevator's easier. The indie comics person's saying, I ain't waiting for the elevator. I'm running. I got 2 legs. I can run. Conservative creators are saying the same thing. Now, mind you, we're going to get some weird shit every so often, but give it time. This is what I tell people a lot. Give it time. Eventually, they'll get the stories hammered out. They will figure out success. Once capitalism takes effect, the first thing capitalism does is figure out what works. Once they figure out what works, then they mass produce it. And you're going to see good stuff and good stories coming. I think we're on the precipice. If things work out, we are probably on the precipice of a new golden age of entertainment within the United States. But right now, this shit coming from Netflix and Hollywood, no. If you're putting pronouns in for your actors, you're not taking a risk. You're playing it safe. And no girl likes it in bed when a man plays it safe. Anyway, folks, I'm the Last Raider. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. As always, be safe, stay frosty. See you guys next video. Bye-bye now.